Good evening and welcome to our Tuesday Night Live. We're so glad you're here. This live will begin shortly, and we're excited to share this journey with you. This is a space of kindness and encouragement, so let's be welcoming to everyone looking to better themselves. If you have questions, drop them in the chat or use the super chat to make sure it gets addressed. Thank you for being a part of our community. Let's make it a great night. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We're early. It's 7 o'clock, a little after, because Chris Cook in Nashville and Ash are not doing their live stream tonight. So I decided to go a little early, give us a little more time to hang out tonight, because typically we are on and then we're kind of rushed out to get you on your way to Keto Chow. So tonight we'll hang out and we're gonna have fun. So basically, what I want to talk about, and basically, welcome back to Tuesday night, friends. We're slowly but surely getting back on track with Triple B&E. Maybe you are too. I don't know what you've got going on, but tonight we're digging into some things a little spicy. What is a health food really? Just to kind of touch base on some of the things and things that I've seen. Because we live in a world where sugar-filled granola bars, seed oil-laced veggie chips, fruit juices can be labeled healthy. There's a lot of things that we are told that are healthy, even in our community, that may not necessarily be healthy for everyone. And there are things in our community that are labeled as unhealthy that are not an issue for a good majority of the people. So that's just one of the things that I want to talk about. You know, I mean, we want to hopefully get people better, not sicker. So let's unpack that. Let's talk about how food can be healing, but also harmful. And most importantly, how to tell the difference. Because I think there's a lot of creators out there that, even some highly respected ones, that don't always get it right. So without further ado, let me explain where Chandra is. She's upstairs taking a shower. She wasn't thinking about us starting at 7 o'clock. I had mentioned it to her, so she's getting ready. She'll be down in a little while. So until then, you've just got me, and I know you'll be fine with that because I am handsome for an ogre or a bridge troll or whatever you want to call it, right? So anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's touch on some of these comments because you guys are already here and hanging out and fabulous. You guys are all beautiful today. You're all dressed wonderfully. Good evening, Evelyn. Hello, friends. Evelyn is amazing. We love her. Jerry's in the house per usual, listening at work. What does quit your job, Jerry? Quit your job, Jerry. Oh, strange. Oh, man, I need to get back to the Triple B&E train. It really helped me with my hunger cues, but I wasn't happy. So here's the deal with that. I understand that very well because for me, when I am in the thick of Triple B&E eating burgers, eggs, bacon, and lots of butter, and I still have my coffee with some cream because let's be real. If I'm giving up everything else, and I understand that Triple B&E is relatively or really designed to be an elimination, but for me, it's a way for me to maintain satiety, keep hunger noise down, food noise down. So really for me, I like to keep it as the primary source of my food. Not to say that I won't throw some chicken in, but primarily, it's not a challenge. It's not, heard something bumping in the night out there, and it's not nighttime. It's still the daytime. But, primarily for the day-to-day life that I lead, it's easy. Some burger patties, bake some bacon, keep a couple pounds of cooked bacon in the fridge, scramble up some eggs, fry some eggs, whatever, and then still have some chicken every once in a while. That, but just keeping it triple B&E does help me, my satiety, my hunger, my food addiction issues, keeping the food noise down. And I understand where else coming from here because sometimes you just want something, and I have to be mindful of that. And I try not to bring things into the house for me that I know that are going to be things that that I may not want while I'm trying to focus on triple B&E. But again, back to the kids. We have two boys in the house, and they shop like 5-year olds who won the lottery. I mean, without the toys necessarily, just the candy and the treats and the food. They eat like grown up toddlers. And there's not a lot I can do about that. They're grown. I can't tell them what they can or can't bring into the house. They live here. And it's on me and for Chandra to work in tandem to keep each other on track. And we, in the last month or so, last month, maybe month and a half or so, we've been not so good at that. And we try to be transparent. We've talked about that on some of the other lives and some of the Sundays that I've talked about this. With them being here, with some of the stress that we've been under when we had the girl for like basically 8 days straight, that was easier for us to kind of get bad food. And are those excuses? 100%. But we feel it. And that's why, we're here to talk about it. So, yeah, what she says, cheese makes her happy. Cheese makes her happy. Like for us going out to Buffalo Wild Wings. I want to talk about that in a little bit, but Buffalo Wild Wings has brought back their buy one, get one free deals. So they have it's you 15 and 15. So I would buy 15 and get 15 free. Shander would buy 15 and get 15 free. And the last time we went, for the first time in a long time, they've had that. So we went last week or the week before. I think it might have been last week. No, it was the week before when we didn't have a Tuesday live. So we went and we basically eat about half of those and then bring them home and put them in the air fryer and let them get extra. Then they get crispy again. Oh, it's slaps so hard. But that's the thing, is just having the ability to have a dedicated food source that I can focus on, to where I'm not focused on ingredients. I'm not focused on recipes. For Chandra, I'm making her steaks or some kind of beef, eggs, some chicken because she doesn't do bacon. Myself, bacon, sometimes chicken. I mean, really, it's just a simplified, stripped down carnivore. We're not eating a lot of cheese. We're both having cream in our coffee, butter in our coffee. But really, it's just a streamlined, stripped down carnivore. So calling it triple B&E does work. But I understand because you do start to miss things. And that's where the consistency over perfection comes in. And I just want to make sure we're talking to everybody else here because Cindy's here. She's not bowling tonight. They kicked her out for being a nuisance, and so she won't be bowling anymore until next year, I guess. But I'm just kidding. No, their bowling leagues are over for this year until next year or whatever the case is. But we love Cindy, and we're glad to have you here, dear. And yeah, Tanya says, great topic. But when do we ever stay on topic? I'm going to try tonight. We're going to be here for about 2 hours, give or take, until Chandra can get down here. Um, I'm going to try to maintain topic and, talk to you guys, and hopefully you guys will be here to, you know, hang out and talk about everything. Just scrolling through the comments here to kind of get to where we're, there's new ones. It looks like Matt Franklin is in the house. Good evening, Matt. So glad to see you, my friend. Matt and his lovely wife, Sarah. Hope Sarah and you are doing very well. We are okay. We have news And this is like clickbaity, sort of, kind of clickbaity, like vague booky type, vague book type stuff. We have news, but the news is not, or the news is time sensitive. So we have news that we cannot share currently. But trust me, as soon as I'm able to divulge this news, I won't shut up about it. It's positive news. So don't worry, we're okay. It's great news, but I can't divulge said news for probably a few weeks. But I just want to let you know that there's some good news coming, some topics to talk about, not necessarily in this vein, but it's going to open up some things for me to do some research for the channel, and hopefully will spark some things. And maybe we might even be able to make it down to Disney sooner than later. Maybe we can meet up with Matt and Sarah and go to the Magic Kingdom and all that fun stuff. But yeah, so just be mindful, be on the lookout. Don't bug me about it because I'm trying to keep it under wraps. So, with that being said, let's keep looking here and seeing all you wonderful people that I love so very much in the chats. Risa is here. Risa's Cluttered Kitchen is here. Let's see. Hello, Dustin and Chandra. Yeah. Platte River Keto, Mr. Scott is here. Thank you so much for being here. There's Matt saying hello to me and Chandra. Yes, and Tanya saying hello to me and Chandra. That she'll be here. She'll be here. She'll be here. And I guess one thing we can talk about off topic, I didn't put it in the show notes, but we can go ahead here and we can talk about this because as of today, let's see. We've got some fun stuff coming up. So as of today, April the 22nd, Keto Chow has brought back its spring flavors. It's springtime once again, and we've got orange cream, or basically orange sickle. We've got butterscotch, which is one of my personal favorites. Cantaloupe, which I'm kind of surprised that they're bringing back cantaloupe. I didn't know if it sold well. Maybe if we get a chance, we can talk to Chris and ask him tonight. I'm actually surprised to see the fruity cereal, to be honest with you. And I knew the chocolate malt was going to come back. Chocolate malt, orange cream, and butterscotch. I knew those three solid flavors. But fruity cereal, I wasn't sure how well that sold. And I'm actually pretty kind of shocked about cantaloupe, if you will. So, yes. I've got to go back in here because I'm going to go ahead and I know. Let me know in the comments down below which of the five you're the most excited about. I didn't put together any kind of poll or anything like that. Target Prime Rib says that they've never had Keto Chow. It was one of those things for us. It took us trying a few flavors and understanding that it's more than just a shake for us to really get behind it. I really like the company. But as far as the flavors, the first few we tried, we were not fans of. But once we understood that you can use these things for ice creams, recipes like chaffles, all kinds of things, that sometimes like the shakes are even better when they're hot. It's kind of one of those things like sometimes on a night where I want a coffee, where me having a coffee is going to be bad news bears, I can whip up a hot Keto Chow chocolate or butterscotch or something, and I truly enjoy that at night. It's so good. So, just want to talk about that for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and remove these little stickers off of here for everybody so we can get back to that. But yeah, I see Jackie's in the comments, and I'm trying to get to everybody, Joe is here. Thank you, Joe. Jennifer Lucas is here. I'm trying to get through here without missing anything. Risa is asking me what I'm drinking. I'm currently have nothing. I had a liquid death. I got some 12-ounce liquid death cans at Walmart the other day for $4 for 6 pack. Still kind of crappy for a 6 pack, but it's liquid death, and I'm a fan of the company. I got some squeezed to death, so it's not soda because I'm trying to cut back on that as far as this triple B&E. I'm trying not to have any actual soda. I'm not being 100% successful, but I figure if I can have some of those little things that are there's some agave in it. It's a little sweet, but it's not full on soda for me. So there's that, and I'm not going to chug them because they're expensive. So yeah, Sean is in the house. Good evening, my friend. I hope you are doing well, sweetheart. And Chandra will be joining us shortly. Well, she's a slow showerer. She's a slow showerer. Good evening. I'm afraid I'm not gonna. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. Simpson Johns. Let me know how to pronounce that. I apologize so much. Jeremiah, the bullfrog, is here. Jeremiah, good evening, friends. Thank you for being here, my friend. Oh, he sent me video the other day. So we were supposed to be getting a Wawa in the town where we live, and it caught fire. So I don't know. Has anybody said, Jeremiah, about how much damage there was and how much it'll set back the opening, or will it delay the opening, or will they open it at all, or will they just scrap it? I don't know. Well, hopefully, I haven't read or anything. I don't know anything about that. My terrific life is here. Hello, 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 Terry. I'm glad to see you so very much. Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to get through these comments because I want to make sure to get. I want to make sure here. Jeffrey Cox is in the house. Hiya, Dustin. I'm not dressed wonderfully, still in scrubs, but they are green with hot pink shoes, t-shirt, so maybe I am dressed well. Never did triple B&E. I'm just carnivore with dairy and coffee. Perfect. 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 I think for me, like, because I've done carnivore. I think carnivore opens the door, like full on carnivore opens the door for me to more than triple B&E does. And I think just for me, just the restrictions for the most part are good for me. I mean, I'm never going to be 100%, but it does help me cut down on the food noise. As where I'm in carnivore, then I can be like, oh, I want some string cheese, or I'm going to make like a carnivore pizza, and just a lot of things, and starts to get away from what I'm trying to accomplish. Jeffrey says, and I feel you with a full house of a house full of poison, multi generations household of 6, and I'm the only one not eating poison. Well, and I don't necessarily and that's one of the things that I want to talk about too, like the idea of health. And I think we throw the word poison around a little more than we should because we have the best intentions when we're calling food poison, because I don't necessarily think that sugar in itself is poison. Sugar in the quantities that we consume it in modern day is terrible for us, and it is more poison than it is not. But sugar inherently, I don't think, in my personal opinion, is poison. I don't think most, like, obviously seed oils, I don't think is good for us. But the incidentals is not going to be that big of a deal because, I mean, it's almost impossible to fully get away from. And the one reason I don't like to throw the word poison around is because from the outside looking in, so for us here in this context, people understand what you're talking about. But if you go out and you're having dinner with a bunch of people and you start saying, well, this is poison and that's poison, and you're trying to get them on your side and you're trying to get them to live a similar lifestyle as you, it sounds bonkers. And we need to be careful because it's already a delicate thing trying to bring people over, even when they're ready or beyond ready to make a change, when they're trying to decide what change they want to implement, because it's a precarious situation. We all have people in our lives that go, well, I want to be healthy, so I need to eat more vegetables and maybe less meat and maybe go vegan, or I'm going to go and do this and I'm going to start counting my calories or whatever. And you're trying to sway them over to your side, and or you've got people with MS and you're trying to get them to look into certain things, or people with UC or Crohn's or whatever the case is, and you're trying to slowly bring them information that can help them out. And I think if we start just saying, this and this is poison and that's poison and that's poison, and if you put that's poison, it just sounds crazy. It may not be. For the most part, it isn't, but it sounds crazy. And I think it's counterproductive, to be honest with you. Target Prime Rib says, hello all, first time here. Well, Target Prime Rib, I'm truly glad you are here. I think I've seen you over in Chris's lives before, and I think you have a channel. I think I subscribe to your channel. Um, I'm subscribed to a lot of channels, and I am it's an impossible task. It's like what they gave John Wick to him to get out of the business. They gave him an impossible task, and somehow he watched all of YouTube and was able to go free. And I don't understand how anybody has that much time. As all the channels that I want to watch and all the videos that I want to watch, and I've got a watch list that's like 5,000 videos long, and I just keep adding to it. It's an impossible fool's errand for me to try to watch everybody's videos, because not only do I want to watch the creators that I'm interested in and interact with and the people in our community, but then I have other interests too. There's music things and camera stuff and editing things and all the accoutrements that go along with being a video creator, or influencer, if you will, whatever. It's impossible. So never take it personal when people that are in your community that are creators don't have a chance to get to your videos. I try to get to as many lives as I can. That means sometimes I'm in a live for 5 minutes, sometimes 10. Sometimes I watch the whole thing, but it really depends. Are there 4 lives going that I want to touch on at the same time? Maybe. It's a thing. There's limited space here in the lives. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for joining us. I appreciate you very much. And I hope to get to know you a bit better here. Stacy is in the house. Now, this lady right here, Stacy, is probably one of the most influential, if not inspirational women that I currently have the fortune of knowing. Her and Ken, they're amazing. They're doing things all the time. Ken's currently in the hospital. She says, good evening. Are you early or have I lost it? We went early just for the fact that Chris was not going live tonight. So I figured it would give me an opportunity to come in here and be able to kind of take our time, talk with you all, touch on more topics, and not really kind of feel rushed. So yeah, that's where we are. So you haven't fully lost it. I'm sure you've lost some, but anyway, tell Ken we care about him. We love him. He's been texting with me, and I'm so glad to see those texts in the morning. And I can't wait to see you guys and give you all the love and hugs you deserve. Um, Shauna says, I am so tired. A lot of running around, packing, getting things done. Oh my goodness, I couldn't even imagine. Let's see. Simpson John says, I'm trying to get ideas for starting keto. Any ideas? I'm trying to get my husband on it. I would think it would be harder than doing carnivore like myself. So it really depends on how your husband eats. But my advice, and it's in my name, is how can you keep it as simple and streamlined as possible? What do they like to eat? Do they like burgers? Do they like steak? Do they like broccoli? Do they like onions? Just, you know what I mean? Are they more pasta people? Or, you know what I mean? Like, depending, because there's all kinds of things you can do. You can like cube up. If they say they like pasta, for example, you can just use cubed up chicken, or make little bitty meatballs, or beef meatballs or whatever, and then put marinara and cheese on it and make it like a pasta bowl without the pasta. It just really depends on what it is that they're into, what's going to keep them satisfied. And I always recommend, especially for someone like myself, only because this is what worked for me. So it's not medical advice. It's nothing like that. Because I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare professional, but I'm somebody who is living this lifestyle day after day. And I have my failures. I have my successes. But when it comes to someone like me, as I come from very, very, I come from a line of food addiction. So for me, when I started keto, how could I? And I didn't even have words for it. I didn't even have it because I started off with the butter coffee. And I had a conversation on Twitter about this butter coffee. For 2 years, I was drinking butter coffee with butter and coconut oil in it. Like the Buc-ee's cups that I drink in the morning. I was drinking one of those every day. It wasn't a Buc-ee's cup. I didn't even know what Buc-ee's was at the time, but it was just a 30-ounce, 30-ounce steel container with a half a stick of butter, 6 to 8 tablespoons of coconut oil. We're talking 1,100 calories of just fat, and coffee blended together every day, 2 years. That's a lot of fat, but I was over 400 pounds and I needed that to help me with my satiety. So that was paramount for me, learning satiety. And then I was also allowing myself to not be hungry. I wasn't necessarily worrying about fat and protein macros. I was eating anything that I needed, but I was packing myself lunches. I was packing myself a lunch every day to go to work. That was like a lunch for 3 or 4 people. I was packing like 8 to 12 boiled eggs. I was packing, butter to go along with those. I was bringing bacon, lunch meat, cheese. I was bringing pecans, um, pepperonis, mustard, just a gigantic bag of food. So really, you have to look at and find out who your husband is. I mean, you know him better than we will, and you have to look at what does he normally eat, and how can you kind of incorporate that style of food while slowly transitioning into as clean as possible while maintaining a simplicity, because it doesn't need to be complicated. It really shouldn't be complicated, because the more complicated it is, the more difficult it is. It's just going to be harder to maintain. What did you say, dear?
It's harder to stick with it when it's hard.
Yeah, and if it's hard it's hard to stick with if it's not simple. She's down here. She showered quicker than I'm actually kind of surprised. It's been less than a half an hour. She said she was going to hurry, but I never believe her. I'm a believer. I wouldn't believe her if I tried. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry for that. But yeah, and I hope that helps some, and maybe define a little bit, and we can dig a little deeper into that as well. Oh, let's see. People are saying hello, hello. So just to kind of give you up to speed, I've announced to them that we have news.
But we can't share it.
Right, it's good news, so not to worry. It's good news, but we can't talk about it for a couple of weeks. I don't know how many weeks, but when we share it, you'll know.
Hi, everybody.
But I'm excited about it. It's hard for me to keep. It's hard for me.
Well, and along with the good news comes some more complicated things too.
Yes. Logistical life situations and all that stuff.
Yeah, the house is going to get a little more people in it and a little more people out of it.
Yeah.
There's going to be some transitioning of things.
Yeah.
And
Shauna says, I hope it's good news. It is very good news.
Good news. It is good news, but it does come with complications and come with adjustments and comes with a lot of other things. It also
Evelyn says we're gonna way down here in like 20 minutes. She says we're gonna call the news Bruno because we don't talk about Bruno.
Right.
No.
But it comes with some complications, and it may come with some tricky things, like because of people coming in and going out and a swap out of who's here, it may end up that we have to rehome our cats. But we're not there yet. But
And
that is a potential.
our cats are really trying to up their jerk game too.
That's true. They have been puking everywhere.
And peeing on stuff.
Yes, they did pee. Ouch. They did pee on the rug twice.
And
you jerk.
That rug and something in the
that was Bruce that did that, by the way.
Yeah,
this
is Bruce jerk. Right here. This one right here.
This butthead. But so yes, with things changing and family dynamics changing and things happening, we will be sharing information, but it will be delayed. Ow! You don't have to claw me. You're already sitting in my lap.
Jennifer Lucas is in the house.
Well, hello, Jen.
She says, saw my neurologist today. He's completely in agreement with me eating carnivore, but did suggest some blueberries.
Huh.
He's happy he's on board.
I don't think I could do blueberries. I don't really, of all the fruits, that's kind of like the lowest tier for me. I'm just not a huge fan. Raspberries, yes.
I'm not a fan of all those fruits. I mean, I like grapes and stuff like that, but
I don't like grapes very much either. Okay, grapes and blueberries, bottom tier. And bananas are garbage. Anywho.
Evelyn says, another grandbaby? We don't talk about Bruno, okay?
We can't talk about anything as of yet because things are all in the works. Did we ever tell them about the middle boy?
And we have a wedding coming up.
Yeah.
Our middle child is getting married in October.
Yes.
So we've got that coming up. That's good news. Mm-hmm. We like his fiance.
We do like her. She's a lot of fun.
She's a sweetheart.
She is.
She's goofy like him. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's hard when you put them together who's goofier.
I don't. I think they're a perfect crazy match. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the everything is up in the air as of yet, but we will figure out how everything's going to work, how things are going to change. And it, like I said, it may come with a rehoming of the cats.
There's going to be some new content coming out of this. There's,
there'll be a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. You'll know. It's just going to take a while to get there.
Terry says, I'm glad it's all good news. Mystery music playing in the background.
Yes. Boys.
Why are you guys fighting? You live in the same house.
They're on my lap fighting each other. Now they both just ran away.
Tease. I've been known to tease a little bit.
You are a tease.
I am.
So how is everybody? I apologize for being late. I had to shower. I was a little stinky today.
Jennifer says, can Dustin really keep a secret?
I don't know. He tries.
I try very hard.
He's not always successful. And he cannot keep secrets from me, which is sometimes unfortunate because a lot of times I don't want to know what he knows.
I do my best when it comes to her. If it's something I know she's going to want me to keep as a secret, unlike our daughter, because she's like, oh, I need to keep it a secret, but it's this.
Oh, she does that every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Like Christmas. Oh, guess what I got you for Christmas? Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Evelyn says, Evil Lynn, if you will.
Evil Lynn. Bum, bum, bum.
I got a cardiologist appointment for my youngest daughter Friday. Prayers appreciated.
Yes, everybody keep her in your thoughts.
Yes.
Hope all goes well. Hope it's nothing major.
Jaqueline says, if you're supposed to keep it under wraps and you don't want bugged, you shouldn't say it on the interwebs because evil minds will be like, what is it? Come on, spill. Gimme. I mean,
Well, somebody has big mouths.
You are somebody.
I'm not. I don't tell nothing. I don't say nothing to nobody. Locked box, probably because I forgot where I put the key. That's
true. We did have we did have a a lockbox.
Oh, I did forget where I put that key.
Yeah, so
Okay, so we had a lockbox that we had important paperwork in, and I used to keep the key in a jacket in my closet, and I would change it from one jacket to another from
it was
time
the
to
same
time.
jacket for the entirety of our
Well,
tenure.
before you,
Yeah.
when I had to hide it from my ex-husband, I would switch which jacket it was in. But anywho, we had it, and I had it in the same jacket at that point. And then I forgot that I had the key in there, and I donated the jacket. So we had to break into the lockbox.
It was actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. Realistically, it's just like one of those fire boxes.
Yeah.
So it's not. I mean, you could just pick it up and carry it. So it didn't have to be that secure. It was really
Yeah, and
just
it just had paperwork in it.
Yeah.
Just, things
birth
that we needed,
certificates,
birth
social security
certificates, social
cards, and
security
stuff.
cards,
Yeah.
all that jazz. But now we have a different spot to put that all together. But yeah, forgot where I put the key, donated it.
Sherry's here. Good evening. She says she's battling a sinus infection.
Good evening. I'm sorry. Those are the worst.
They really
I've
are.
had that. Well, when I was really sick, what was that, a month or two ago now? Then it turned into a sinus infection. Oh, they are awful.
Sherry's excited for butterscotch and chocolate malt. Because I
Mm,
brought that up while you were not here.
mhm.
And
I do like the coconut stuff. I think you could make me another one of those soon.
I had one left.
I think you could maybe make me one tomorrow.
Okay. Well, tomorrow's the late night. Yeah.
Well, okay. We'll figure that out.
Terry loves chocolate malt.
Hmm.
Evelyn says, I agree with those flavors, but cantaloupe, I can't believe that did better than birthday cake. I agree.
Didn't we try cantaloupe?
Yeah, we did it on.
Didn't I say it was pretty bad?
I mean, it didn't I mean, it had like an aftertaste of cantaloupe, like if you breathe through your nose just right. But,
Ugh,
it's not my favorite.
yucky.
And I talked about this with Target.
Mm.
Is your name Scott? I'm not sure. Forgive me. I try and I do learn people's names. It just takes me a little bit. He was like, I never had keto chow, and I was like, how it was kind of one of those products. Keto chow is one of those products that it took us a little while to get on board with.
Mm. Well, and you can live without it.
No,
but
100%.
You can utilize it if it's helpful for you. Some people use a shake instead of a meal on a certain day, or they're busy, or they use it to hit certain goals. But some people use it as a snack so that they don't get bad food instead.
Yeah, I said like the other night I wanted a cup of like a big coffee, so instead I made myself a chocolate keto chow hot with boiling water and sipped on that while I watched a little bit of TV instead of having another coffee.
Yeah.
And the same, so that's good. Like,
so it's sort of one of those things that's kind of good to have one or two or a couple around for when you need it, or if you're going to be out and about and you don't want to stop at a fast food joint.
You can make ice cream with it, pudding with it.
You can make a whole bunch of stuff with it, but you can always make a shake to go, make it the night before. So then when you're going to be out and about and not going to be able to stop somewhere, you just have your shake. I mean, it's definitely a handy thing to have, but you can keto without it. It is not necessary.
And that's one of the things that I'm always very transparent about. Any product that I or we talk about or that we are affiliates with, there's no product that we are going to support or promote,
try to sell you that we don't use,
or we think, or you can actually. We will never tell you that it's imperative that you have it.
No, and I am 100% honest. I can't be other. That's just who I am. That's just what I do. I believe in integrity very strongly. And so if I don't like it, you're going to know I don't like it. I feel kind of bad because Chris from Keto Chow, I think there's only been, 2 flavors I've said I actually like.
Mm-hmm. So whenever you do like something, he's like, hold on.
Right?
Got to cancel it.
Exactly. That's how my life works.
We got to talk about, so I want to put a pause, a pin in this. So I was at Target the other day. We were at Target the other day. We took the girl there. We had a gift card, so we let her kind of go and run crazy
and do whatever she wanted,
and get whatever amount that the gift card was. We spent more than that too, but
yes, but
we do.
When do you not?
Yeah, but they had a sugar-free whipped cream that was their brand that we bought one container of it, brought it home. She didn't like it. Oddly enough,
it was also canceled the next day.
I went back; it was gone, and they didn't even have a spot for it.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what's happening with that. It was weird because it had the same exact lid as the
Great
Walmart, the
value
Great
one.
Value one, the purple lid, exact same lid.
Yeah, it was terrible, by the way. If you
And you
what
may
it
like it.
you might like it. I did not. It tastes to me like if you like foamed milk, like if you drink cappuccinos with milky foam on the top, it tastes kind of like that. It kind of had a skim milk flavor, but it had the foaminess of a whipped cream. What are you doing? Can you just sit down, cat? He has all claws out.
Shauna. Should have cantaloupe? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Should have been lime. Lime keto chow seems like that would be.
Don't they have a key lime pie
I
one?
think they did. I think that was discontinued. Let me know in the comments. And Tanya says, "Have never tried this keto chow stuff."
Yeah, it's a shake base essentially. It's a powder that you can
And you
utilize.
can choose your fat. You can choose
Choose
how
your,
much fat.
mm,
You can choose how much water, how thick you want it, how strong you want it.
and it's just like a mix, and it's made with pretty clean
Mm.
ingredients, the best that you can pretty much do for a protein style shake.
Mm-hmm.
And it works for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I'm never going to be like, "Oh, that's good," if it's not.
Yeah, and I will never tell you it's good if it's not.
Cindy is excited about fruity cereal.
That sounds terrible.
You tried it.
I know. It's just the worst.
Lynette says, "Howdy, howdy,
Well,
howdy."
hello. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being here, Lynette. I
Yes.
appreciate you.
You keep going up and down and up and down, and I don't know where we are.
That's fine. You don't have to. You don't even have a mouse. Stacy says, "I texted Kenneth this is on, so if he's awake, I think he will sign on. Might get moved to rehab tomorrow. I will go back in the morning. I've been busy transplanting today." Okay.
Nice.
Well, give him our love and hugs and kisses and all those things.
Yes. And I'm happy he gets to get out of the hospital and get to rehab and get working on getting back home.
Yeah, I think I still have a cantaloupe or two left. I'm pretty sure. I think I tried. I think they sent me 3. I tried 1. I think I still have 2 left.
Yeah.
I need
You need to go through the cabinet because there's so many up there. You need to give them away, some of them at
the
a
ones I'm not going to
meetup.
use. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
But some of them are just not for us.
yeah. Risa says I still have a couple of my original packets of cantaloupe. I still have quite a bit of chocolate malt and butterscotch. Bought a large bag of orange cream at the end of the season last year.
Hmm.
There's a couple flavors. Like I wouldn't mind having a big bag of chocolate, a big bag of butterscotch.
I would take a big bag of that coconut. What was it? Coconut cream pie.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff's good.
She really likes the peppermint, so if they ever put that in big
Yeah,
bags,
do they even still make it?
they
Supply chain
we have the
issues or
supply
something.
chain issue, so didn't even have it last year. But you've got about 6 or 7 packets of that up there.
I like the peppermint and the coconut cream, and those are the only 2 that I can really tolerate. I don't mind when you use the pecan sticky bun to make chaffles, but I don't like it individually on its own as a drink.
I don't think you even tried it as a drink. I tried it once as a drink.
I tried it with you.
Did
I
you?
thought.
I don't know.
I don't remember, but I know I like the peppermint and the coconut cream pie. And everything else I have tried, I have disliked.
Still like just sitting. I'm still like doing a live with you because everyone knows you and talks to you, and I pretend that they are speaking to me. Yeah, I love that.
Yes. Oh, it's finally warming up around here. We have windows open in the house. It's kind of nice.
Let's see. I made keto chow chocolate and peanut butter cheesecake for Easter. They were a hit.
Nice. Come on, Slowpoke. What are you
I'm
doing?
working on it. Okay. I wonder where the girl gets it. Get in the car, Paul.
He doesn't know how to computer tonight.
I'm fine. Target says, I'm a full carnivore, so would keto chow be somewhat tempting for me? Well, they do have the core line,
yes,
which is made with beef protein.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
I think it would be if you wanted to do something maybe like give yourself a special treat because something, if that's the type of thing that you would do.
People make like those sausage balls out of them with like sausage cheese balls
Well,
out of keto chow. They use different flavors and you just mix it up or whatever. And then you bake them.
I would imagine you'd need to read the ingredients and make sure it'd be something you'd be comfortable with.
Yeah. I mean, really, I would say if you're comfortable with just meat and being relatively clean, keto chow probably isn't for you.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to say that. I mean, I am an affiliate partner with them, but I'm not, if that's not something for you,
Yeah.
I'm not going to push it on you.
If you're the type of person that wants a treat that isn't meat, like say it's the holidays and you want to, everybody's drinking eggnog and you want something similar, you could get a core, which isn't, it's made with like you said, the beef protein, so it's not too far off. It does have some sweetener in it, and you can add your own stuff to it.
They have
An
strawberry,
unflavored.
vanilla, and chocolate core, and they each have an unsweetened and a sweetened. So
Yeah.
it's the one was sweetened with stevia. It's a very clean stevia because typically stevia to me is a very bitter flavor,
I like stevia.
but the stevia that they use is a lot cleaner.
Mhm.
It isn't bitter to me because I was worried about that. So yeah.
It would just be something that you would, try if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. And if you want to stay full carnivore, I would read the ingredients and make sure that would fit with what you are willing to try. Everybody's very particular about how they do their keto or how they do their carnivore too.
All right. So Matt says Sarah Joy just made some chocolates for the ladies at her job: keto chow raspberry and keto chow coconut with shredded coconut in it.
That coconut stuff's pretty stinking good.
Mhm.
I was a fan. I am a fan.
Siddle says, going to start over with carnivore. I ate some raw vegetables and it gave me food poisoning drinking
No,
chicken broth right now.
I'm sorry about that. That's not fun.
Mm-mm. I can't tell the last time I had the only raw vegetables I've ever had is like peppers. We don't eat raw. I mean, we don't eat raw vegetables.
I like a salad
Well, you are weird.
and I like cucumbers, and I don't eat them because they kill me. I like broccoli and cauliflower raw.
I would rather have them cooked.
When we have pitch-ins at work, the ladies will bring in vegetable trays, and I'll usually have one or two pieces of broccoli or cauliflower off of those.
Sherry says, late but here, I was listening to the Lori Daybell verdict. Guilty. I am not surprised. I'm not sure if I'm familiar
I'm
with that.
honestly unaware.
Yeah. All right. We'll have to look that
Now
up.
I'm going to Google it while
Yeah.
you all talk.
Yeah.
Lori Daybell. I feel like we should be in the loop, but we are not.
Mm-hmm. Cindy says that Sherry or that Matt Cindy is telling Matt that Sarah needs to make her some chocolate. Evil Lynn says the coconut cream pie is as fudge is amazing. I added toasted shredded coconut too.
Ooh, I
Oh,
would try that. Okay, so this Lori Daybell sounds like was obviously crazy. She's already been convicted in Idaho of the killing of her two youngest children
I
and
don't wanna know
romantic
about that
rival.
stuff.
And now she just got found guilty in Arizona for conspiring to murder her estranged husband. Wow.
Kid stuff,
We
I
don't
just a
usually
no for me.
watch that kind of stuff.
No, that gets in my head. I don't like it.
You're always worried I'm going to kill
Yeah.
you. Long, slow death over the next 20 years or so.
Hope it's longer than that.
40 years, 40. 20 if you accidentally fall down the stairs.
I mean, at least 55 more years. Live to 2079.
No. 55 more years. No.
It's 100. That's 100.
No. No. Why do you want to be 100? Everything's going to fall off of you.
It's fine.
You'll still be moving, but your ears will be 3 times the size, and so will your nose.
People will be nice to
and
me.
things will be falling
People
off
will
of
be wiping
you.
my butt for me and stuff. It'd be good.
Oh, no. No.
Jeremiah says they were putting the roof over the gas pumps today. Not sure of the damage done. Okay.
Oh, and then the Wawa.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Let's see.
Did we miss something?
Target says, okay, not for me. Let's see. Someday until I conquer my A1C, I will stay carnivore.
That's probably a good plan. Yeah. As always, check the ingredients on anything and make sure it fits for you. Oh, it's a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday, yeah.
They have wings on sale at BW3's.
Yeah, maybe after this I'll go get some.
Yeah. They were so good the last
They
time
were
we went.
so good, yeah. So good.
Yes.
You said my name good. Okay. My name is Cynthia. My brother always said it was simply sinful. Okay. Simpson. Okay. So I was born, so I have been Simpson ever since. Okay.
Nice. That's cute. Sinful. That is cute. I don't share my family nicknames because
I'm not even allowed to
they're
call her
not
that.
good.
I'm not even allowed to call her that.
They're not good, and I don't want people to know. Hmm.
All right. So as I'm going through this, one thing I was talking about was the idea of health food, and what, like, two pieces to that, like food that's sold to us as healthy,
Mhm.
that's not necessarily healthy, or foods in our community that people will say is not healthy for anyone. But
Mhm.
like how there was that tweet or whatever the other day about chocolate, dark chocolate isn't
Mhm.
healthy or whatever, and
Right.
I'm like, can't really agree with that. Is it meat and eggs? No. But I mean,
Is it the worst choice you can
we've
make?
been eating chocolate for like 1,000 years, give or take, right?
So we were actually talking about red meat at work this past weekend. Okay. And the nurses were saying, how everything gives you cancer. You're all going to get cancer. Red meat gives you cancer. And one of the nurses cited a study that was done in China. I think it was China. It may have been Japan. Anywho, I can't recall because I didn't read it myself. They just spoke about it, stating that prior to McDonald's being put there in whatever it was, 89 or 87, whatever,
Yeah.
prior to there being McDonald's, there was 0 instance of colon cancer. Now, whether or not that means that they weren't being checked for it, people were having it, they didn't know. There was no 0 instance of colon cancer. And then after McDonald's was introduced there, they had these huge skyrocketing colon cancer rates that were like off the charts.
And
So,
also, you got to figure that if you're like, say, just for argument's sake, this was Japan. We're not
mhm.
sure, right?
I don't
Yeah.
recall.
So
And
just
I
for
didn't read the study, so I'm
yeah,
not 100%
just
sure.
for argument's
That's what
sake,
they said during the conversation.
in Japan, McDonald's is a drastic 180 turn from the normal foods that they would eat.
Yeah.
They're eating rice,
Mhm.
and they eat beef in Japan.
Yep.
And like I said, we're not sure if this was Japan or China, but anyway, that's the thing, is like, this is a drastic change in the gut biome.
Mhm.
And that doesn't even mean you're eating it all the time, but I mean, it's basically engineered to be addictive.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing I always think about with, and again, I did not read the study, so I can either confirm or deny what it actually said, nor where it was, or the exact details thereof. This was just a conversation we were having. But the other thing to consider when thinking about research studies like that is that most dietary studies are self reported. So the person has to say, I ate XYZ. And then the prevalence of diagnosis for specific diseases changes. So if they just found this new whatever, people aren't going to have been diagnosed with it prior to them discovering it, right? So these things are all make me skeptical for belief. And then there other factors that weren't accounted for? So a lot of studies spend a lot of time making sure that they're accounting for other factors that could be influenced, right? So they'll say, and it'll say in all of their in their research, in their introduction to their research, that you know we know that X, Y, Z, you know, all of these things are in this area and they cause these things. And thereby we're discounting, we're taking off, you know, we're not, we're addressing the fact that these are all possibilities as well, or we are selecting our test subjects by the fact that they don't interact with X, Y, or Z. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So there's always an accounting for environment and where things are and what's going on. Anywho, what are you doing?
I'm adding things. You don't bother. You don't worry about me. Don't worry about
He's
me.
tweedly doing on the computer.
Yeah.
So. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Oh. And I'm sorry I was late today, guys. I had to get a shower in. I don't know if I already said that or not.
All right. Targets that did go. They did go off for this holiday for a bit. Feeling the repercussions for sure. I'm going to try and fast for 24 hours.
Yeah, whenever we kind of veer off course, you definitely feel it.
Oh yeah.
I feel it in my joints. The last time we did, I could tell my skin changed. I had a little red mark above my eye over here that was really dry, like cirrhosis, and it's starting to finally get better. But we had that week with the grandchild here,
Mhm.
and redoing being a full-time caregiver for a, you know, school-age child.
Yeah.
Oh my God! All the moms, any moms, you know, give them a hug, tell them thank you. Any dads, give them a high five. Just let them know that what you do is awesome. And I'm thankful I don't have to do it anymore.
Charlie's in the house. Good evening, Charlie, my
Hey,
friend.
Charlie.
Hope to see you soon, my friend.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, Jennifer was agreeing because I was also talking about poison. Because we too often we see in our community where we're so quick to label foods as poison.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think there's a few things that we have in our food supply that are genuine poison,
Mm-hmm.
like seed oils and such. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, are they human safe to a degree? If you have here and there, it's probably not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, if you're eating salad dressing every day and you're having, there's just a lot of things that's going to cause an issue with. So
Yeah.
so that's where that's coming about. So Risa says that they went off for a whole week for Passover or of Passover, and I've been back eating low carb and feeling better. It actually didn't make me feel that bad this year.
Mm.
And I think there is something to that too, where the longer you do this, we're 9 years in, coming up on 10 years, and there's going to be a growth with metabolic flexibility, because I also don't think that, like, not that carnivore isn't sustainable, not that keto isn't sustainable, but I also think that if you get to a point where you are like diabetic and your body doesn't make ketones, okay, is that a good thing? Obviously not. But is there, and we don't know if it can go the other way. Are you then unable to process glucose correctly because you now aren't handling it very much? And I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, you want to maintain that flexibility. So if you do have something with a little bit of glucose in it, it doesn't throw you off for 2 days.
Yeah.
Because I don't think having one meal, regardless of the number of carbohydrates in that one meal, should necessarily kick you out of ketosis or keep you from making ketones in a few hours.
Yeah.
Once your body's cycled it out, once it's kind of done its thing, it's pushed, it's,
I mean, you might feel like crap for a day.
yeah, you may feel crap for a couple of days, but it doesn't mean you're not processing and utilizing ketones after a certain point. I think, and that's a video that I've been talking about making, is being kicked out of ketosis. Dun, dun, dun. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think, and I think something that we do that I don't know if everybody else does, it's like we plan for meals. We know X is coming up. We're going to do this, that, the other. We know at the end of the year is going to be all the Christmas and all the holidays. So we know we're going to be not behaving. We know the kids are going to come over and that kind of stuff. But even when they're here, like, we might eat a crap meal.
Yeah.
But then we're right back where we were.
Yeah.
We're right back on track with where we were. Having the girl here for a week Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Oh yeah. And Sherry's asking, it's like, what, you can't have string cheese? Well, for me, we have string cheese, but when I'm trying to do that, I try to limit the amount of cheese that I have. That doesn't really impact me, but I just feel better without it. And with string cheese, it's not a string cheese.
Yeah.
It's 6 string cheese.
Mm.
Because, it's just one of those things like I eat as much as I want.
Yeah. You don't have a lot of self-control.
I really don't. And that's one thing that I have to utilize my strengths to overcome my weaknesses. So I have to utilize things like triple B&E to help me with the food noise, with the food addiction issues. Like I went to the store last night and I bought 15 boxes.
Mhm.
It was probably a bad idea, but it's 15
Aw.
boxes of Monk Pack, 2 different kinds of bars. It was like an almond chocolate chip
And something with coconut.
and something with coconut. And they're like 3 net carbs or 2 net carbs per bar. And
They're really not terrible.
They're not the
They're not the
cleanest.
cleanest.
But we've been struggling as of late with all the junk in the house.
Mhm.
And I was thinking, is it worse to have the not so great ingredient thing that I may have to keep me from getting the Lucky Charms cereal bars?
That the kids brought
Oh,
in.
the stuff that like last night I was doing dishes and our boy came in with a bag full of candy. Like he's like a grown up that is like
He's your classic 21-year-old.
he's living his 5-year-old fantasy.
Yes.
I can go to the store and buy all the candy I want.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah.
And you're not good at saying no to things.
Because I want it.
Yeah. So he also utilizes me 99% of the time. Now, when the girl was here, all bets were off because my stress level was tenfold. And I stress eat. So, but otherwise, he'll call me or text me from the store and say, I want blah, 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 or send me pictures. Look at these. And I'm like, no.
Or the other day I sent you a picture of the rice. So Walmart sells like deli Rice Krispie treats. I don't think they're not made in house. They're made somewhere, and then they've got like candy pieces in them. And I'm like, they're on clearance, not buying them.
Yep.
Because they call them a name. The problem with those is you can eat like half the container, and there's like 30 of them in there. You can eat 15 of those things.
Yeah.
Joe's got something cool. Joe says, I had to go to the bank today to transfer an IRA to my credit union. Turned out the branch manager is on keto. We were talking food, and I recommended Chris Cook in Nashville for his amazing recipes. He sent me, speaking of secrets, he sent me an image today of something he's working on, and I am stoked. It's going to be cool, you guys.
I don't know why anybody tells him secrets.
I didn't say
not
anything.
Good at keeping things under wraps.
Do you know what it is? No, they don't. So shh.
Not yet.
Not yet. But if it is not our secret, I'm about to have like a mini stroke.
Yeah, your brain itches a little.
Yeah, it does. It's really bad. Yeah. Yeah. But something like that, I can, because I mean, him and Victor both send me things that they're working on that the videos are going to come out, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Jeffrey says, I'm with you. Poison. I don't talk like that around others, only with the PhD community. Yeah. And I think even in the community, sometimes I think it just kind of sets a mood, a vibe, and it's just like, Target Prime Rib says, yes, you have, and I think you, let's see, and you do too. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, okay. Right. I'm not really sure, but yes.
I have an idea what's going on. Yeah.
This is what happens when we just ramble on and you don't follow along with the comments.
Yeah.
Okay. What is Evil Lynn?
Evil Lynn says, had relatives make a surprise visit over Easter. So I made my Easter ham Monday, made the ham bone soup with radishes late last night. We have so much food right now.
Nice. Freeze it for later.
Yes. We don't have a lot of food in the fridge. I mean, there's always leftovers in the fridge that are not ours.
Right.
There's like...
And the boys, I mean, they're boys, okay? They don't understand how food things work. There's been more than one time when I have walked into the kitchen and looked in the fridge, and there's a plate of something in the fridge uncovered that looks like it died 2 days ago
Yeah.
because they don't wrap
There was a
anything.
bowl,
They
there was a cup of noodles in there the other day, just a fork sticking out of it.
they
I took that out and threw that. It was dry.
they don't put it in a Ziploc. They don't cover it. It's gross.
Tanya says, pick your poison.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I think really, the dose really does have to do
I
with.
had a conversation with that about a patient the other day. Pick your poison.
Yeah. It's like, okay, like I mentioned something like, some people were like talking about giving up coffee. And I'm like, okay, over the last 15 years, I've given up smoking, drinking, food, like all the things that I really like, I give up on a regular basis because I used to eat like I was an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
If you can compare the two, I ate and binged like somebody who's an alcoholic. I ate the worst food every day until I was about ready. I probably came very close to physically rupturing at some points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's why, like, I'm not giving up coffee because
I'm not giving up coffee because people will die.
Mm-hmm. Simpson says, question, for the first time keto person, what would you keep the grams of carbs at? I would say
as low as you can tolerate.
As low as you can possibly go. And I would say, so when we started, everything was net carbs. The idea of total carbs was crazy. Now, with total carbs and net carbs, there's a caveat. For me, with any kind of processed foods,
it might say 0 carbs.
It may
on
say
but you
0.
Count it as 1.
Right. Well, it might know. Well, I mean, okay. You're looking at what's the total carbs, and if it's crazy, don't eat it. If the total carbs are like 40, but net carbs are 2, that's probably your body's going to go crazy. So I would say for as a baseline, 20 net, 30 total, and then go either up or down from there. Chances are the lower you go, the more sustainable it'll probably be.
Yeah. And if you're just starting out and you need to do 100 total carbs in the day, then start there. We don't know what your starting point is.
You may eat 1,000 carbs a day.
Right.
So dropping down to 100
is going to be huge and drastic. And you may need to start your first 2 weeks at 100 total carbs in a day. And then after that, maybe the next 2 weeks you drop it to 80 carbs in a day. Mm-hmm. And then after those 2 weeks you drop it to 60. And then, you work in increments, trying to always push the boundary and move yourself further to where you need to get to. In general, the general idea is 20 grams of carbs or less per day. And the majority of people focus that 20 grams of carbs on a total carbs.
And I mean, but then, and like, do I count carbs with broccoli? No.
Yeah. And everybody does it slightly different. And we call it the what is it? The
N equals 1.
N equals 1. So you're experimenting on yourself.
Yes.
Right? You are the experiment. So what works for your body may not work for somebody else's. You may be able to tolerate higher carb load and still lose weight and still feel better and still not have all the complications that other people do. You may not. You may have horrible joint pain with more carbs. For whatever reason you're doing keto for yourself, you make those adjustments based on what works best for you.
So, Rick, quack, quack, Rick. He says LOL about who knows what. But I just want to say hi to Rick. Target Prime Riv says, I just started doing my own lives. You're more than welcome to join or welcome to appear. Sure. We'll work that out. I got an email about being on making up the difference being on Dr. Kiltz's live in the morning. I just got to figure out because it's like mid-May through June right now. So I got to figure out with her that far in advance. Oof. Yeah, that's hard. Let's see. Oh, Duckman Rick. Oh, Flute Man Greg.
Flute Man Greg. Hit him with your flute, Greg.
Yeah.
What are these cats doing? I swear it's like they've gone crazy.
They are just
insane. It's because it's spring.
Yeah, it probably is because it's spring.
They're smelling everything.
So you think that he's peeing or spraying?
I have no idea. I don't think he's not peeing right now. He peed outside of the litter box.
I don't know.
Right now, he's getting himself a place to sit, but it's taking him like 3 hours.
Steph is here.
Hi, Steph.
Exposing darkness. Steph is here. We are so glad to see you. Yeah, Cindy parroted this. Simpson, when I started, I kept it at 20 total. When I started, total carbs was kind of a crazy idea because it was net carbs. You subtract the fibers. But as we learned, it was also keto was a very high fat, moderate protein, which we've all kind of backed away from. And now it's more high fat, high protein, trying to get as much protein as you can. So where it was, 100, 200, 300 grams of protein a day was like, oh, you're going to go back into being a diabetic. No, it's not. It's not a thing.
Well, it was the theory that your body would create sugars from it.
It was a theory that gluconeogenesis was consumption driven versus demand driven. And we understand to a certain degree, gluconeogenesis is kind of happening all the time. It is kind of like an autophagy. There's a certain level of autophagy, a certain level of gluconeogenesis going on all the time if you don't have enough glucose in your body. And for somebody who is eating like a strict carnivore and you're exhausting your glycogen stores and all that stuff, and then you are going to go in and you're going to go into gluconeogenesis more. But again, it's demand driven, not because you ate 4 pounds of hamburger a day. As far as what we know for sure, that's the new theory.
And the research will change the more it's researched.
Yeah. Shauna says, I think my stress is settling in my tummy-ish. What do y'all do for heartburn?
I have found that I know what usually sparks my heartburn as far as foods. So I try to avoid them at all costs. If I do eat them, I make sure I eat them in the morning so that I can feel miserable throughout the day and not at night because I enjoy sleep. And then we keep a bottle of Tums at the bedside.
Yeah, try to find
for
whatever
those
has
nights when I drink coffee too late or bacon was too tempting and I couldn't not eat it in the afternoon.
And you can always look at maybe upping a magnesium. I hear that magnesium is one of those things that can possibly help your heartburn. Finding out what is causing your heartburn if there is an outside source.
Right. Eating too late.
Yes.
Let's see, eating too late, eating too much.
Apple cider vinegar.
Eating things that that bother you. Those are kind of like the 3 big things. But there's a lot of other things. You may not produce enough acid in your stomach. You may produce too much acid in your stomach. You could have other things going on. There are over-the-counter antacid type of medications. You can do things like Tums is essentially creates a coating on your stomach. Same with Pepto-Bismol.
And it also, because the mechanism behind Tums, if I'm not mistaken, is it kind of dilutes some of the acid that's there and causes your body to then produce more acid.
It creates more acid, yes. And then there are proton pump inhibitors, which prevent the creation of acid, and H2 agonists, which work slightly differently than the PPIs, but I don't remember exactly their mechanism because I did that back in high school.
So we're talking about like
college.
Prilosec and Prevacid.
Yeah, there's a lot of those, and you can buy majority of them over the counter at this point. But if you have heartburn that is not improving, you probably need to see a doctor. But if it improves or you can figure out what's causing it as far as food, don't eat before you lay down, that kind of stuff, and you can prevent it, then, and you can manage it by yourself. But if it's prevalent, it's not improving, or it's getting worse, you probably need to see a doctor.
Kenneth is here, or at least he was an hour ago.
Nice.
Thank you for being here, Kenneth. I hope you're feeling better, my friend.
Yes, we hope you're feeling better.
All right, let me scroll because we're like an hour behind.
My goodness, what have you been doing? He's slow tonight, guys.
Let's see. Someone says start by watching Dustin's recipe videos. I've got 92. So watch all those.
You do at 92.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of videos.
I've got over 760 videos on the channel.
That is a lot of videos.
Yeah.
You're bored one day. Maybe 1 week.
A couple of months.
I mean, you just put it on in the background.
Yeah, Keto Chow will be doing a live stream in about 45 minutes ish.
And we're
So
going to ship them over?
Yeah, we'll ship them over. That's what I was doing on there. It was
Okay.
the back end, yeah.
We'll ship you guys over at the end of this one.
Thank you, Evelyn, for posting that.
Evelyn! Love it.
Let's see. Target says, I used to get coconut oil from the dollar store and had the same coffee. Now I usually have it black. Black coffee works. I drank black coffee for a long, long time. And then when we went keto, I just started to add in the butter and the coconut oil because in 2016, that was the thing. Are you even keto, bro, if you're not drinking bulletproof coffee?
Right.
How can you even keto if you're not drinking bulletproof coffee? But I want to say that truly was
monumental.
a leverage point for me because it helped me with my satiety. And I didn't even realize it was doing it. I just dumb luck fell into it. You know, everybody nowadays gives it such a bad rap. But
I honestly feel like it really helped you lose a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I mean, it really got you going.
Because it kept my carbs low and I was able to, there's carbs in coffee. And I mean, but still, you have to understand before switching to keto, we were probably eating upwards of 500 to 1,000 carbs in a night and for a day. Like, it wouldn't be anything for us to split a container of Oreos and have ice cream, chocolate milk, pizza, macaroni and cheese. Well, I like chocolate milk. I'd buy the True Move for Hunter because
gross.
Trying to at least get one kid on my side.
Gross.
Kenneth says thank you for the prayers.
You are so welcome, Ken.
Everyone. So this is.
So that's when I joined.
Yeah.
You're just now getting to those conversations.
I'm
trying.
My
goodness.
Juan is here. Juan, my friend who lives in Vietnam.
Hello, Juan. One way or
20
another.
grams isn't much. I will see what I can do. I like carnivore because all I have to do is cook meat. Not a lot of time in the kitchen and no tracking. This will be different. Really just, just play around with it. I mean, you don't have to necessarily do it all at once.
Yeah. You can take steps. You don't have to do everything all together.
Everyone's saying hello to you.
Hello, hello, hello.
Let's see. Julie in the Pines is here, or was here anyway. Hey, Dustin and Chandra. So thankful that you are here tonight, even with everything going on with you guys. You guys are awesome. Well, you are awesome.
Thank you so much, Julie. That is so nice.
And Jennifer Lucas says, please sure to check lowcarbevents.com for details on the Indiana Keto Meetup with two crazy ketos and as our special guests. Be sure to RSVP with Jackie. Hang out with me. Have a good time with me and Jennifer, Jackie, Jaqueline, Joe and Rachel, and so many wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people who will be there and hang out for like 5 or 6 hours. People come from miles around to see the weird bearded man who should be in a circus. Yes.
Maybe so.
Yogi is here. Good evening, Yogi. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
I believe this may be your first time, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you. Oh, people saying hello to each other. Evelyn says she uses a waterproof, fireproof ammo box for storage.
That's a good plan.
Yeah, in Exposing Darkness, Stephanie says, yeah, Cantaloupe came back. That's weird. I agree. Yeah. I was not expecting to see Cantaloupe ever come back.
Well, it must have had enough of an audience.
It must have been something, right? Okay, so Target says Thomas, but you can call me Scott as long as you have pictures of Ben. I'm not sure what's happening.
I don't know.
So Thomas is his name, but you can call him Scott as long as you have pictures of, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
To explain that to me. I don't know.
Maybe it's a joke we don't get.
Evelyn says if you hold your nose, it means if you hold your nose, you can believe cantaloupe tastes like bubblegum.
Ooh. I wouldn't like bubblegum either.
Simpson says, I remember Dustin's name because I imagine him dusting the furniture with his beard. I'm sorry, bad at names. I'm not the best at names, but I try to because this is so important to me that I try to start picking up people's names. There's even a list, and Carl, which is Evelyn's husband, has a thing that I need to get put together. You and I are going to talk about this and get it put together to where You can click on it'll be a link you can click on and put as much or as little personal information as you want, like maybe your email address or your like your YouTube name and your first name or what you want to be called or whatever. And we'll get that together probably the next couple of months. It's just a lot going on, and I don't know how hard that's going to be, how long it'll take.
Yeah.
But Carl has talked to me about it, and he's the man. And I need to get that set up because I wouldn't mind having an email list anyway, so I can send out little email updates once a month or once a week or something. Never hurts to have an email list.
Right.
Let's see. The chocolate hot is what I had today, says Steph.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Let's see. Jennifer likes to keep keto chow handy.
A couple, my butt.
A couple.
You have like a whole horde.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I can blame you for it. It's a good plan to have. Yes, Eva Lynn gets it. A couple, nothing.
Juan understands. FTC disclaimers.
Couple hundred.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
I'm working on it. Key lime pie, which is what they're saying. Yeah, key lime pie. Everyone's talking about key lime pie.
Oh, it's discontinued is what they said.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I think if they did a customer vote, they would probably not turn out the way everybody wants. True. Kathy Ray is in the house. Good evening, Kathy Ray. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Let's see. Got any root beer or licorice? I don't have those.
Ooh.
I may have a root beer.
Ew.
I might have a root beer.
I mean, I'm not trying to yuck your yum, but that just sounds horrible.
Yeah.
That just sounds
I got to go through. Bad. I gave some stuff away, but I don't know what I have.
Yeah, you got to go through what you got.
Yeah, we can do at the Indiana meetup. We'll do a keto chow swap.
Yes.
I'll bring things that I don't want. You can bring things I like.
And if anybody has peppermint that they want to donate to the cause.
A lot of people have given us just because you like it.
I love peppermint. Yeah. It is good. And the new coconut cream. Is it coconut cream or coconut cream pie?
Coconut cream pie.
Yeah. If anybody has that one, I love that too.
Lynette loves keto.
Woo-hoo.
Terry says, I'm about to do the coconut cream pie pudding for tomorrow.
Oh, it's so good. I mean, we just had it as a drink, and it is so good.
She ran off with it.
I took it and ran. Yeah. I didn't want him to finish it.
Lynette said keto chow is what she meant.
Well, keto chow, we love them all.
Kathy Ray likes, the chocolate toffee. I need to try the chocolate toffee hot. I'm pretty sure that's pretty good, too. Let's see. Evelyn's saying hello to Brenda Foley.
Hello.
Let's see. Eva Lynn said stocked up on vanilla cream core to add my own flavorings.
Mm-hmm.
And Thomas said, Thomas or Scott, whichever one. Something about Ben. I don't know. Good to know for the future. Amy, you are never late, my dear. But
perfectly on time.
We started at 7 because there was no Chris Cook in Nashville live because they are live and direct or were live and direct with Dr. Barry and Amanda Decker tonight in Dixon, Tennessee.
I was late because I needed to take a shower.
Yeah, because she was a stinky.
I am not anymore.
Nope. Let's see. Trying to get through these. Brenda Foley's awake.
Woo-hoo.
Let's see. Awake. I was making a creamy for the first time this year, and my creamy didn't work. Oh, that's no good.
I'm sorry. Hope you got it fixed.
Hope. Amy says, hi, everyone. Just got back from a storytelling walk where I told my story to a group of women.
That's awesome.
Well, that's cool. That'd be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah.
Amy said, and I had a great day. Just got back from the doctor. My numbers are so good, I don't need to go back for a year.
Yes.
Yes.
That is good. Congrats.
Stephanie says, are you saying marriage is a long, slow death?
Basically.
I mean, life is a long, slow death, really.
Yes. Unfortunately, life is terminal.
Maritza is here.
Maritza.
Oh, and Kathy's asking why I say Evil Lynn. Okay, so we were at a meetup, and I told her to send me some photos she had taken. And in my car, when it reads me text messages, I have it set to a British lady. And it was reading it, and the way she pronounced Evelyn sounded like Evil Lynn, and I just stuck. That's like calling Jacqueline Jaqueline, which is from a TV show. I'm weird. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
It's from a Key and Peele sketch.
Yes.
Jaqueline.
Yeah.
Just because we're silly. That's why, Kathy.
Cindy says, just because he's a brat. Well,
no.
I mean, I am.
Yeah. But
Rick Wynn Joe says, I was just reading about a lady who just turned 106. There are a bunch of WW2 veterans turning 100 this year.
That's really cool, but I don't know. I say it. I don't know that I want to be 100. Because by the time you're 100, everybody that you knew is gone.
I mean, it starts already.
You might have even had to watch your own children pass. I don't think that that's something I want to sign up for. I mean, if I get there, we'll figure it out, but not 100% sure that's what I want. Okay, what does this say?
Hold on. Okay, so I got to read. So Jackson says down here is the newest comment. Nice couch. I don't know if I've ever seen that one before. Now that I think about it, it's Chandra's sweatshirt looks so familiar too. I swear I had that exact one. Peculiar.
No, you didn't. I did not steal this one from you. This is purple.
It is a purple sweatshirt.
It just looks blue.
Yeah.
But it is purple.
But Simpson says, I like to spout off Poison's household stuff just to keep my husband on his toes. The latest is ricin I found in castor beans. He's shaking in his boots.
Yes. Did you get the evil laugh at the end?
Do it right.
Love it.
Jennifer Lucas's mommy is 187. She's 87 and doing amazing. She makes me want to make it to 100.
Yeah. And again, I'm not saying no, never. I'm just saying there's a lot of pros and cons, and I think the cons might outweigh the pros.
Amy says their B-dubs is terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have one nearby it used to be really good. Then it went for a spell where it was not great. And now it seems like it's back on the upswing.
Let's see. Jackson says down here, it's way at the bottom, so I'm not going to put it on the screen.
Yeah.
He says, love you guys. Dustin, good news. You show up on my YouTube feed all the time, so the algorithm has been blessing you lately. Well, you're also subscribed to me.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. Let's see. Kathy says, I've never seen a Wawa. We've only seen a handful because they're normally down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, we're getting them. I'd rather have a Buc-ee's. I guess we're getting a Wally's. We're getting a Wally's up on the Whitestown.
We have no need to go there.
Yeah, I mean, we probably will eventually, but it's kind of like a low rent Buc-ee's.
Yeah, I want a Buc-ee's.
They've got a different mascot.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I want a Buc-ee's.
Keep him on his toes. Ah.
Yes.
You know what?
Oh.
Can you believe my nickname is Wait For It? Scott? Let's see. Jahil. Oh my God! I made it to listen to these two majestic beings talking.
Hi, Jahil. We miss you.
Talking about mental illness.
You're silly.
I love Jahil. He's the best.
He is the best. Andy
says, okay, I'm late, but I'm home again. Well, I'm glad you're home. She had to be, show her screen name while she was in Colorado was Andy Vacation.
Nice.
Because she left her phone or whatever, didn't have her phone or whatever it was.
Oh,
yeah.
That makes life difficult.
Eva Lynn says, they serve octopus in Japanese McDonald's. I'd eat that.
Ew. I wouldn't. I don't like to eat McDonald's in general on any occasion. So I probably still wouldn't even eat it in Japan. I don't want to.
I mean, you're not wrong. Jennifer says, I started early and didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Especially not Jahil.
You're tricky.
Yeah.
He's a tricky guy. Oh, where
We
we at?
missed you guys. Social media isolation is hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Oy.
Jahil said he set a, let's see.
Set an alarm and it didn't go off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
well.
said chat is now open to everyone.
And I was upstairs.
And Tanya says correlation does not equal causation. That must be about the Japanese. Yeah, we
Yeah,
understand. But I think if you're, but something like that where something that's completely foreign to your way of eating, like has got to have a big impact. The same thing with like fast food coming in the 40s and 50s. Here, we didn't have fast food before,
right.
and for us, realistically, just having an abundance of food is probably a big driver of a lot of things,
issues.
regardless of what it is, processed large amounts.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, again, with scientific studies, you have to recognize what are they actually doing? What are they attempting to accomplish? What question are they trying to answer? Who's funding it? And what is their initial bias? And how have they accounted for that?
Yeah.
And how have they accounted for the other variables? So there's a lot going on with that. And I find it very interesting when you read, things on the internet. People say, do your research. Da, da, da. A lot of people don't even understand how to read and understand research and how to understand, like, just because they published it and it's a research article doesn't mean that the research information is valid. It doesn't mean that the information is generalizable across an entire population. And it doesn't mean that the information was collected correctly, shared correctly, that they actually answered the question they set out to answer, that it wasn't funded and influenced by the people paying for it. So there is a lot to get into with that.
Yeah,
and if you don't know how to read it and understand it and be able to pick out the biases and be able to understand what else is going on, then a lot of times that's where we get these skewed visions.
Just want to say thank Target Prime Rib for being here. Thank you, Scott or Thomas or whatever your real name is. Thank you for being here. Have a good night at work. Hopefully it goes quick.
Yes, I hope it's a good night.
Beverly is here.
Well, hello,
Less than
Beverly.
half have hit the like button. Hit that like button. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Shauna says, I opened a can of worms. They just sit there, the worms. Hardly the chaos that I was advertised.
Well, you could always try opening a can of Kick-Ass. Usually I hear that works
Whoop
better.
ass.
Either or.
Kick-Ass was a movie that was actually kind of way different than I thought it was going to be. It was way darker.
You could open a can of one of those too. Let us know how it goes.
Scott Elliott is in the house from Colorado.
Nice.
Hello,
Nice.
hello.
How is the mountain range today?
Andy says, she misses me so much right now. It was her stress relief and instant help. But now that I'm home, she's already called me twice asking what to do. Oh,
that's rough.
Reese has got to go. Have fun chatting. I'll see you. Let's see some of you at the Keto Chow live stream. Have a great night.
Yes, have a great night. Thank you for joining us.
I may drop into that Wolfies thing. I don't know. I don't even know. Is registration closed for that? I don't know. We'll have to see. I forgot about it. I can go and check it out.
I will not be there.
That is true.
I will be at work.
Facts. Andy's got to recover from the week. I bet you do. Just traveling in general is hard. Being on an airplane, that's hard. Jahil says, Chandra, when you look in the mirror, do you ever say to yourself, yes, queen, and stride out the door to work?
Not to work, no. I'm usually wearing scrubs and my hair's pulled back so tight that it makes any wrinkles in my face go away. So no, I usually walk out of the house like, oh, it's okay. It's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But other times I have.
Let's see, trying to get through. Sean is here. Glad to see you, my friend.
Thank you for joining us.
Scott says that he's losing too much on keto. You need to change it up a little. Not sure what to do. I don't know. I mean, your body has a tendency to kind of find where it's at and kind of stops.
Yeah.
typically. So I wouldn't worry too much about it unless you start looking like The Machinist. That's a
Well,
terrifying movie, but anyway.
does it too much or is it too much too fast?
Maybe.
I mean, because if you feel like, I feel like those are two things that you could adjust for. You know.
Scott is in the house. No, wait. Rick. Greetings, Rick. Earthlings, just dropping by to say hi, heading over to the couch to stretch out before I hit the hay. Well, that
Oh,
sounds like
that
a
sounds like a
plan.
good night.
That
Heck
sounds like a
yeah.
good plan. Beverly says the ingredients I have read. Protein bars sometimes don't seem so bad, but certain ingredients cause my inflammation to rise. Too much cheese caused me to inflammation. Yeah.
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 Yeah, when we last did the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, where I don't participate in the bacon and I eat the chicken, I eat chicken instead. I did much better with that, and I cut out dairy. And excuse me, and for that time frame, I actually felt a lot better, like a lot better. My joints hurt less. I didn't even think that was a thing.
I don't think this isn't something. So Evelyn's asking from his cookbook. No, this wasn't first. I mean, it might end up in the cookbook. I don't know. That cookbook's gonna be like a year-long process. I think this is something he's working on to get ready for a video.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know I don't really know what's going into the cookbook. I haven't asked because it's just one of those things. I'm like, I'm backing off from that because I know that's a lot of work for them.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. Trying to squeeze through here as quickly as we can. The deli also has ooey gooey cake slices. That it does.
Ha! Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Let's see.
We do not buy those. They also have single serving apple pies. We don't buy those either.
Oh, I want
We
them.
do look at them. I do
I
wave
wave.
hi to them.
Amy says, I'm pulling breaded skin off of fried chicken right now. Eating Easter leftovers one last day.
Nice. We didn't really do a meal for Easter, did we?
No. I mean,
Everybody ate and then they came over and we hung
yeah.
out. I had, what did I have? Oh, you made muffins. He made eggs in muffin shapes with beef in them. They were
Yeah.
good.
So I took the one net carb sliced bread from Costco
Mm-hmm.
because we try to keep some bread for the girl so she can have her sandwiches that she doesn't eat. She takes
She
one teeny
asked for
tiny
it, then
bite,
doesn't eat it.
takes a teeny tiny mouse bite out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a slice in the muffin tin and then poured egg in it, put cheese on top of it, and then I put basically like cheesesteak beef
Mm-hmm.
in that,
It was pretty
and then
good.
more cheese and a slice of cheese over the top, and baked it. And the cheese on top got crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were so good.
Yeah, those were pretty good. I would eat those again. I don't know if it needs the breaded bottom, but
Evelyn says, "Tell the kids if you like it, then you got to put a ring on it
gotta
or
put a
put a
lid
lid on
on
it." Yeah.
it.
I sang what I wanted to.
I just go through the fridge and throw everything out.
Andy said, my mother pushed back against my eating carnivore this week. First time she's been open about her judging my eating habits. Glad to be back in the community. You have no idea how much I missed you. Well, we missed
It's
you,
hard when the family starts talking.
especially someone like a mom, because it's been an indoctrination. And I don't use that term lightly, but I mean, I remember being a kid and my great grandma would talk about how they used to cook and how they eat now and how different it was. That was in the mid 80s.
Yeah.
Like she would cook on the stove with bacon grease, but then use margarine.
Yeah.
Like, like all the new then like the bread she would eat was just like really thin slices of bread. And it's like, and they were all on cholesterol medication and all this stuff. It was like, yeah, it's been a long, meat's been bad for a while as far as they are telling us. And it's nutrition advice that we've been living with for the past 50 to 100 years is like a gigantic cruise ship in a bathtub. It's going to be really difficult to turn that thing around.
Yeah.
If not impossible.
That's very true.
And people, and like our kids don't even care. They know what works. Mm-hmm. Our boys have seen it firsthand. It worked for them and they refuse.
Yeah. Well, they kind of weeble wobble. The boys will do it for a little while and then back off, and then do it for a little while and then back off. But they the girl, she won't at all.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter will not keto at all.
Ugh. It would help her in so many facets of things too.
Yeah, it's all right. It is all right. She's an adult. She can make her own decision.
Kathy says, I'm like that about my heavy whipping cream and my coffee. That's the one thing I'm holding on to, dear. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I've given up so much,
Mm-hmm.
and I've gone without coffee for like hundreds of days,
Yep.
and I didn't feel that there was any benefit. I never got past the desire for coffee, where I've gotten past where if I'm eating clean, I get past the desire for junk food, and I'm just fine with it. But I never get over the desire for coffee. So I figure it's meant to be.
Yeah. Coffee and I are real good friends. And if I don't have coffee, I'm just really not a nice person.
Mm-hmm.
I have it
Even with
every
it
morning.
sometimes.
And even with it, sometimes I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
nice person.
Nan Catlin's in the house. She says she's listening. Hi, all. Well, thank you.
Hello.
Thank you for hanging out and listening to us talk gibberish. That's what we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is how we do.
Yeah. And Amy said ACV is supposed to help with heartburn too for those. Apple cider vinegar. I was taking apple cider vinegar tablets because I didn't like the taste of it and it just burned my throat.
And okay, so apple cider vinegar is supposed to help with heartburn, but it is also an acid and can erode your esophagus. So I would be very cautious with that. I have not personally had patients who have had severe reactions, but I know that it is possible where patients have damaged their esophageal lining by drinking, apple cider vinegar. So I would say be careful if that's what you're going to go with.
Carrie says,
not a doctor. Not a doctor.
Doesn't even play one on TV.
Not medical advice.
Carrie said, darn it, I was watching Dr. Barry and Miss Keto Simple. You didn't miss me. I'm still here, friend.
We're still here.
What do you call a jelly bean that's a great musician? A jammin' jelly sound.
Nice. I like the dad jokes.
Does sodium bicarbonate help too? Yeah. There's probably some sodium bicarbonate in Tums and stuff like that, along with like talc or chalk or something like that, like whatever it is. Shauna says, I haven't eaten much. Maybe I haven't eaten much, then maybe you drink a lot of coffee. So, the acidity in the coffee, maybe start looking for a lower acidity coffee. Talk with Eva Lynn about that. She's got that on lockdown.
Do they even make that in like tablets or anything?
What?
It's baking soda.
Yeah.
If you're going to take that, I would be very careful again with following the instructions, and if it isn't helping, see a doctor.
Okay, so I got to talk about this. It's way down here. Thank you, Just Jason Keto, for being here. Thank you for gifting 5 Keto Simple memberships. Those went out to Chris Cook in Nashville, Bride's Biscuit, Yvonne, and Andy Carnivore, and HM.
Nice. Thank you so much. That's so awesome.
Thank you so much. Alka-Seltzer, Tony Delisle said, which is Chris Cook in Nashville's dad. He's in the house, and we're going to get to his comment here in a few minutes. Brian is here. Hello, Brian. Thank you for joining us, my friend.
Yes.
Brian, the fly fisherman dish. Yes. Carrie said, my coffee is blacker than black. Oh, brutal. Blacker than black times infinity. Metalocalypse.
Weirdo.
I'm playing Grandpa's guitars.
Keep scrolling, Slowpoke.
I'm working. Let's see. I'm trying to get to people who are saying hello. Steph has sent money for the May event. Fantastic. Thank you. Evelyn is putting in the lowcarbevents.com. Jahil says, did you tell everyone about the next year? I can't wait for Dustin's Keto-Cella Beef Roast 2026. Just pre-ordered Timmy and I's tickets. Only $3,000 each. without parking or hotel.
That, sir, is fake news.
I mean, if you guys want to send us $3,000 a piece, I'm sure we can fire festival that up.
We are not going to do that or ask any of you to send that. That is redonkulous.
I won't ask.
Don't wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Nope.
Ow, ow.
If you know the Monty Python skit that's from, I'm playing it in my head right now.
Evelyn says I called dibs on the Rupert. I got to look and see what I have. I've got like 3 or 4 gallon Ziplocs. It seems like a lot, but I know some of you guys are crazy and have a lot. And it looks like I've got a little meager thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jen has an entire storeroom.
Oh my goodness.
She's prepared for the apocalypse.
The meetup is May the 24th in Central Indiana in Amo at the Community Center. All information can be found on lowcarbevents.com.
Oh, itchy nose. Oh.
It is $25 admission, but we are providing all the meats. You can bring a side dish if you choose, but we're providing meats and beverages, waters, Diet Coke, Coke Zero. Just a little sampling, because not everybody likes soda, but it's nice to have. Let's see.
Probably Wooters.
Yeah, I usually buy a case or 2 of water. That's $12. Woo. Let's see. Chandra, do you like the peppermint keto bricks? We don't much care for the keto bricks.
I haven't had that one in particular, but I really don't.
I mean, if you have a piece or 2 of that melted down, we'll try it. I don't want to take a whole brick.
Yeah. They're just very powdery to me.
Yes, life is very much too short.
Yes. Agreed.
Yes, Evelyn is a He-Man character as well. I'm going to try to get some clips from that cut. This is what we're talking about. Jackson was here. Carl says, the other day my dad said he just wanted to make it to 86 years old, end of June. He switched to keto at the end of 2023, so now I think he'll make it past 86.
Nice. Well, maybe he meant, he means further than 86 now. So maybe he meant to say 96, but he forgot.
Kathy says, I'm in the east, southern Alabama on the Florida line. So right there in the Florida-Bama line, I think we will be there in October.
It's possible. We're working on it.
Yeah.
It's in the works.
We love Gulf Shores.
Yes,
so you maybe find us there every other year.
Depending. Yeah, depending.
Yep. Tony Delisle is in the house. Good evening, sir.
Thank you for joining us.
He says, sorry I got here late, but wanted to say hi to Dustin, Chandra, and all from Papa and Mama Nashville. Well, that is so very nice. Sweet.
Thank you for joining us.
I look forward to meeting you guys one day. Your son's awesome. His beautiful wife and their pupperoonie.
I think Brenda went to bed.
Brenda said night. Well, thank you for being here, Brenda.
Good night. Sweet dreams. I'm made of these. Sorry.
Who am I? Anyway, let's see. Also, those processed canola fried French fries and buns probably had more to do. Well, in the 80s, they weren't even using that yet. In the 80s, they didn't switch away from canola oil until the 90s. But I mean, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, I feel like, when it became that big chain that it is now, certainly they cut a lot of corners.
Yeah. Let's see.
You are like going up and down with that mouse. You know what?
You look over there.
You're driving me crazy. It's like when you're picking out Netflix.
You know what?
The worst.
Maybe we could Netflix and chill later.
The worst.
Anyway. Andy says, can we get a hooray for Susan? Hooray for Susan! Woo! I don't even need to know why. I don't even need to know why. But I'm going to read the rest because I really love Susan. She's amazing. Tomorrow is her 1-year anniversary of her quadruple bypass surgery. It saved her life. I'm so grateful to still have her with us. Me too. I got a chance to meet her. I heard all about it on the first meetup they did. And I'm sitting there listening to the story and I'm like, that is ridiculous. And I went up to her and I was like, can I give you a hug?
She sounds like she's kicking ass and taking names.
Mm-hmm. You guys will get along, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, air frying auntie Shauna's not messing with her coffee. She's little but mighty. Let's see. Who else? Jennifer's asking, who else overcooks on the holidays? I may have a gallon of queso. Oh, maybe I'll take some of that queso from you. I like queso. Just Jason Keto again. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here.
Yes.
Truly appreciate you so very much.
Have a good night.
He's here. He's here. Yep, there's his.
And thanks for gifting those memberships. That was awesome.
Oh, I like how it shows me this. Okay. All right.
Oh, that is so cool.
It does usually shows me over here, but doesn't show me over here.
I just realized I'm kind of chomping away at my gum. Sorry, guys. I hope it doesn't sound obnoxious.
Yeah. You are obnoxious.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at least I know it, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Trying to get through the comments here.
Oh,
there's so many of them. We're down to 3 minutes.
I know.
Chris Bear is in the house. He says,
Woo-hoo.
"Hey, howdy, people! Finished dinner?
Hope it was yummy."
Yes. I hope it was delicious. Delicious. Oh, it's funny because they were talking about like on the 2KK live the other day, and they had sent out this email saying that all the new flavors would be available on the 22nd. And then someone was like, "When are the spring flavors?" And Chris was like, "I don't know." And then it was like, "What about the email? The 22nd?" He goes, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got the email, but I was like, I don't." Then you said I don't know, so it's like, well, maybe I read it wrong. Maybe it's May 22nd. I read emails wrong because I'll get them out of order sometimes. Because I got an email from Miriam that they're shipping my order, but it came out I got it before the ones telling me all the information about it. So I sent an email asking the question. I'm like, oh, and then I got the other ones and I'm like, oh, that helps me. All right.
Somebody doesn't know how to work email.
You know.
You could organize them by date arrived.
Yeah. Chris says buenos nachos.
Buenos noches.
I know what it says.
Noches. Oh, we've taught the girl how to count to 10 in Spanish.
She knew her months today, but then I asked her how many months are there. She goes, 10. And I'm like, it's not 10. 10. I'm like, it's not 10. 10. I'm like, it's not 10. She goes, well, I'm not telling you. I'm like, she's such such
She's
a
perfect.
Teenager when I pick her up from
smaller
school.
Body. She's a full-blown teenager in like a half size.
Janelle is here.
Thanks for joining us. Yes, thumbs up, guys.
Chris is H2O intolerant.
Oh.
That's some high quality H2O.
I'm not H2O intolerant, but I prefer it to have a flavor.
Delicious.
If I'm going to do it, it needs a flavor.
Yes. What do you dip in your queso? Pork rinds, bacon, burgers, hot dogs, chicken, anything that I can catch.
Meat.
Anything
you can catch out of the fridge, you mean.
Chris says, I confidently incorrectly declared no announcement has been made and the email had gone out. Nice. But I was like, well, I was going to go by what he said instead of like, well, I got the email and I was like, oh, the new flavors are coming out. Cool. Or whatever. Not new flavors, but they're coming back. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, nothing has been announced. I'm like, did I read that wrong?
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
That is okay.
Tony, have a good night, sir. Thank you so much for being here with you again.
Have a good night.
Truly
Thank
appreciating it.
Us.
And
I need to go potty.
We'll go potty.
I'm sorry, guys. I know I was late and now I'm leaving early. But if I don't go to the bathroom, we're going to have a large flood on this couch. Oof. Good night, everybody. Ooh, well, whatever. I gotta go.
Anyway, Stephanie's asking Jason if the flavor that Shander likes. And again, just for anybody who is curious, again, This is what we're talking about here. These are the spring flavors. We've got we've got the Keto Chow spring flavors. We've got orange cream, butterscotch, cantaloupe. Chris is here. Maybe he can explain why cantaloupe. I had no idea that cantaloupe sold well enough to come back. There must be something going on because I mean, and we're all kind of confused about that. So I don't know if he's still here. I'm sure they'll cover it in their live, if nothing else. So cantaloupe, fruity cereal, and chocolate malt. Chocolate malt, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, those are the flavors coming back as of today. Yeah, so they are here until they're not. But butterscotch, from my understanding, and hopefully I'm understanding correctly and not saying something I shouldn't say, butterscotch is now a permanent flavor and is available in the individual servings as well as 21 serving bags. Okay, so I'm right. Okay, okay. All right. All right, let's see. A spoon, says Shauna. A spoon to dip. Read the room. She gone. She does that. She leaves from time to time. I figured you'd cover that in your live. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Eva Lynn says, OMG, I did the dry pork rinds with Keto Chow birthday cake and then added birthday cake to my yogurt and made a dip for the pork rinds. So good. Does it make yogurt not taste like yogurt or just like a slightly flavored yogurt? Because yogurt's gross. Janelle says, I had just placed an order for a pile of coconut. Now the other flavors come out. I had to place another order. Fantastic, Janelle. Carrie said he liked the cantaloupe when he tried it. And Jennifer Lucas is going to try making cereal out of fruity cereal. And Andy is going to order tomorrow. Andy says she was on a plane most of the day. Jaheel, I'm going to be here until 9:10. So 5 more minutes you have me. A spoon? Why a spoon? Because it hurts more, you twit. I love that quote. That's a quote from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner. I saw that movie in theaters with my little brother, and he fell asleep while we were watching it. And he woke up during the witch scene. She was like on the screen, like, ah! And he was like, oh, it was awesome. Just Jason Keto says, Switch Grocery has Keto Chow again. If you want to take out a loan to buy some. Oh my goodness. And cancel Christmas. Yes. I need to watch that movie again. I got to find it. I need to find it. I know we have it on DVD, but we don't have a DVD player, I don't think. Maybe we do have a DVD player. Did we get rid of it? Where'd it go? No, we bought one. Remember they gave us that one for free at the yard sale. It's here somewhere. We have one, I think, somewhere. But I don't think we've ever even plugged it in. So it may not even work. It was given to us at a yard sale because they couldn't find the remote. I just went online and ordered a remote for like $4. Evil Lynn says, my homemade yogurt is kind of like a cream cheese. If you don't like yogurt, blend in some cream cheese. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Cream cheese. Yes. Alan Rickman was awesome as the Sheriff of Nottingham. That was so good. So 35 US, or I'm sorry, $35 Canadian for 3 servings plus shipping. Ugh. If you order more, does it get cheaper? What happens? Oh my goodness. Chris said, man, when Miriam and I first got married, we saved for like 2 months to get an Apex DVD player. It could play burned SVCDs. So cool. I even reflashed the firmware to change the bouncing logo. I remember SVCDs. I remember I watched my buddy would make them for me, and he made me one. It was Big Fish on an SVCD. So basically, what that is, you're taking a whole movie. You're taking a movie that's like gigabytes and like 2 to 4 gigabytes and compressing it down to 700 megabytes or less because it's got to fit on there just right so the DVD player will play it. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. So you can make them out of CDs and not DVDs because there was a point in time where burned DVDs were expensive. Woo! Oh, now you can just stream everything like stream this. It's crazy how fast technology went from that. Jaheel says, Dustin, I don't like to gossip because I'm so not like that, but I saw Auntie yesterday eating carbs at Walmart parking lot. I mean, I can't say that I haven't done that before. I've There wasn't not a time I would go to Walmart wouldn't walk out with at least 2 candy bars. Yeah, Jen Lucas says, what's the penalty for smuggling a trunk load of keto chow across the Canadian border? One would never do such a thing. One would never do such a thing. But I don't know. Do they look in the trunk of every car that comes through? Probably. I have no idea. Shauna says, that wasn't Walmart. That was Habit Burger. Oh, Jason says, you got to spend $150 to get free shipping. Well, if 3 packets is $35, I mean, a 21 serving bag is going to put you over that so easy. I may have my even left the bun on my burger. Oh my goodness. Chris said 480 by 480 MPEG 2 SVCD. And my buddy, when he found that out, he was like so excited. And it was cool because then you could like have movies, but they were real finicky though, weren't they, Chris? Like they did, like they you had to like restart them sometimes, and like they'd get stuck because the DVD players really didn't like playing them. But it was also like I remember, like I had the Alice in Chains CD, Jar of Flies, but it was like one of those maxi like a 5 song, 6 song EP, and it had extra stuff on it, and you can watch like the like videos and behind the scenes photos and stuff. So that was pretty neat. Chris says, I challenge people on geekiness. I typically win. I bet you do. No, the 21 serving bag is just under 150, so it doesn't even qualify. Well, that's rude. Jaheel says, Dustin, before you go, can you sing us a goodbye song? Well, good night, Jaheel. Well, it's time to go. I can't believe I do that. You know what I mean? Sean says, I need to get a van made completely of keto chow like the van Cheech and Chong had in Up in Smoke. Yeah. And Chris says, especially finicky, you also had to burn them slow like 2x. Oh, yeah. I remember like they had like 32x, 52x DVD burners and CD burners. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, everybody. With that, thank you to all the new people, Kathy Ray, all the wonderful people who have been here with us. Yes. Yes. Thank you all so much for being here. Jar of Flies is a fantastic record, but it totally sets a vibe, and you got to be ready for that vibe. But anyway, And Evelyn, I keep trying to go, but people keep coming up with good things. Evelyn says, I know the person who wrote Good Night, Sweetheart. That's crazy. But anyway, thank you all so very much for being here. I truly appreciate you. Head on over to Keto Chow's Live. I have set this live up to send you over there. So just hang out here. It should give you a pop up to click. It'll take you right over. With that, thank you all so very much. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. From the bottom of my heart, Chandra does too, even though her heart's very small and she's mean and she bites and she's probably got rabies. Anyway, and she flipped me off. Anyway, love you. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.